Mm-mm-mm. Hey, before I bring Garry Cobb up, I want to set the table here for these coordinator guys who I think got schooled. And it was a subtle moment in the game. You're late in the ball game. I talked to Tone about this earlier. So you're late in the game. It's 3rd and 1. You stop them on 3rd and 1. It's late in the ball game. What does Sirianni do? He accepts the penalty, puts it at 3rd and 6. It's a manageable 3rd down. When you have the inferior team, make them make the tougher decisions. Would he have gone for it on 4th and 1 there, or would he have kicked it? Make those teams make that decision. So what you basically did was you gave them a second chance to complete the 1st down. They were the inferior ball team. This Kenneth Gainwell love affair, I really don't get it. Sam Howell had 5 starts, and you playing that off the ball thing, that's got to be a fundamental decision on how you defend. And by the way, and Gary's ready to go. I'm going to get him here in a minute. Think about just the mentality of that 3rd down. So if you're going to play with a guy who's only started 5 games and you're going to say, okay, make it 3rd and 6, what do? You back your corners up and put a 10-yard cushion in there, and it's pitch and catch. That was not going to not be completed. But you gave him a second chance. And Sirianni goes, you should have took it, made him go for it, pressed him on the line. How's not getting that done? I just think the coaching, man, for the first month, I don't know. Let's bring my friend in, Garry Cobb from Fox 29. Garry, I'll tell you what, man, those Commanders guys, they made it a ball game. You're taking
they did. They did. The Eagles helped them. And you know what you're talking about with the way that they're playing off of the receivers. I think it was the previous game. The kid Job is lined up on the end zone. They got the ball on like the 10-yard line, and the kid's he's in the end zone. I mean, you're 10 yards off of the receiver. Are you kidding me? I mean, I don't know who's teaching. They do play. I understand you don't want to give up the big play, but this is ridiculous how far they play off the receivers. And nobody moves around. Come on. They see the way that smarter teams, guys move around. You're just telling the quarterback exactly what defense you're in by your alignment. You don't move out there like you're scared or something. They got to start playing more aggressively. There's no doubt about it. I mean, you can't. I mean, this kid, you see the way that he looked the previous week, and to have him come back on you like that, and you just still letting him march the ball down the field, and everybody's playing off. I don't believe in all that. I don't like that where you just play off a guy. You're going to go up on him sometime. You're not going to ever change. You're going to always let them know exactly what you're in. You're not moving around. I've always seen guys like that. Those are nervous kids that are in the game just for the first time, and they won't move at all. Even if you got some of your linemen, if they say, hey, look, man, we know we're doing this, but we're going to line up like this, and then we'll move over then. You at least make them think a little bit. But they don't even do that. They just play so passively. And I just don't think you can against good people. Come on, if this kid is going to go after you like that, what is a seasoned quarterback? They look at that schedule, man. They're going to have to play better. The team's got to play better.
Garry, people like Mac Jones, Kirk Cousins, not so much Mayfield, but Sam Howell are moving the change. How about this stat, Garry?
Yeah,
21 plays. 150 yards in the first 2 series for Washington, who has one of the worst O-lines and couldn't run the ball to save their life all year.
That's right.
I was floored they were pounding the ball like that on them.
Very, very disappointing. They didn't. Now I know sometimes you don't show up, but this team is just going to have to play. They're going to have to play quite. I mean, very much. They're going.
You think they were outcoached?
Much better.
You think they were outcoached?
I think I would have to say so, but because I thought the job they were doing in the first half with the play calling and the game plan they had for them, you could see Washington came out confident. And they were on the attack. They went out and boom. Somebody just marches down the field on you like that. Normally, you look over there. They got to be a good team with a good quarterback. You got a kid over there just learning the job. This kid is not sure what he's doing. You should be on the attack of him. Were you showing him looks and you giving him things? You're letting him make mistakes. But they just don't believe in that. And when the defensive line was dominating at the beginning of the season, you're able to get away with that. But they were not dominating yesterday. And if you look down the road, man, I don't see good things up the road if they don't play better than this.
This is not a Super Bowl team now. It's just not, because a guy like Josh Allen, you play 10 yards off the ball with him, he'll put 500 yards on you in that ball game there. I will say this, though, before we move on to the linebackers, why is Dallas Goedert not part of this passing offense at all? He's just not.
I think you got to, he doesn't have a feel of how to get Dallas going. He doesn't have a feel of him to get the ball on the move sometime, to let the guy run. The guy breaks tackles. Come on, the DBs are not happy when they see him with the ball. You got a guy 250 pounds running with the ball. Come on. The DBs nowadays, even though, really, one of the Eagles, Reed Blankenship, he didn't look good, boy. At one play where you're cutting a guy, one-on-one tackle with the goal line here, and you're going to go cut the guy? You got to do better than that. But anyway, the big thing is the coordinator doesn't have a feel of how to get Dallas Goedert going, and they did much better job last year. They get him the ball. I think he needs the ball on the run. He's a big physical guy. Why can't you let him have the ball when he's on a crossing route and you get the ball to him short on a run, on the move, Because these guys are not crazy about tackling him. And once he gets the ball in his hands, we found out in the past, year after year, guys are not crazy about tackling him,
No, man, he's a horse. There's no question about it.
Runs over people. He's got good speed. He's a good guy with running with the ball after he catches it. So you get the ball to him on the run.
Absolutely. He's got a nose for the end zone. That leads me to Hurts here. I didn't think he was very accurate in the first half. I thought he was sensational in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
But, Gary, is it me? I think this offense and the coordinator are holding him back. And I'll tell you, the 54-yard touchdown pass was a really good play.
Mm-hmm.
He's at 67.7 completion percentage. I love that versus having big offensive numbers. I'd rather have an accurate guy than a big-armed guy. But still, the problem that I have with this whole thing is you got a guy here that, to me, the play is what would break your back more? The 54-yard TD when your offense is going to run right back down the field, or when Hurts breaks out on 3rd and 11, he breaks out, Gary, gets that first yard when he's 8 yards in the backfield, you have him sacked, and he goes for the first down. That, to me, as a defender, breaks your back. And
yeah, it does.
It just seems that the Eagles, I saw that pre-sliding again. I saw a little bit of the conservative stuff. It's almost like they're putting the clamps on him in the run part of the game, and they want him to throw the ball more.
Yes.
And to me, I think that's the wobbling part of this offense. Am I wrong?
Well, I think at some point I understand where they're coming from, and that they do not want him to get hurt. They don't want him taking shots. I thought they were going to do more where, you get the ball to, kid from Detroit, DeAndre Swift. You get the ball to him on the check down, see? Because I thought it was that's what they really wanted and that's one of the reasons they brought him here, because they don't want Jalen taking off running as much. They would rather him throw it to Swift, let him run, see, on check downs or the DBs, or any of the other running backs. But to reduce, Jalen's running with the ball, they definitely want to reduce it because they know if he gets hurt, they're done. They might as well hang it up. So they want to reduce his running, but a lot of the teams, though, they're reducing his running by taking it away. They are taking away his option. They're making him, you hand the ball off, let the running backs run. We would rather that. We do not want him breaking our back with the long runs. You can see the defenses have done that, and that started with Belichick, and then Flores, and the rest of them have kind of followed suit where they take away. We would rather take away Jalen Hurts running with the ball against us. On those RPOs, the run pass option. So you haven't seen him where he's held onto the ball and taken it and had any room to run. There's always a guy waiting outside for him. So teams have decided to do that because I guess they looked at the stats and seen that he, is going to gain more than the running back going inside. So that's what they've decided to do, and it seems like they've taken that away out of the offense. So the Eagles are going to have to do different things, and that's ultimately what this is that this year's offensive coordinator was going to have to find ways to maybe tweak things in different ways because teams are going to take certain things away because everybody, especially in the NFC, all they did all offseason was work on how to stop the Eagles because they pretty much killed everybody last year with their offense. They couldn't stop them. So that's what everybody was doing, was watching on that. And, of course, they're looking at tape. And because they were going to be playing, Belichick, of course, they see in the way, how did he play them? And he was able to take away Hurts from running the ball, So their running backs are going to have to do most of the damage on the ground, and they're going to have to be able to, hook up with their receivers. Hurts is going to be able to hook up with those guys, but I don't think that it's going to be difficult for him to get his running going this year because it seems like the teams are taking it away.
Garry, how about the linebacker situation, the way Zach Cunningham and Nicholas Morrow are playing? Looks like Jacoby Dean will be a healthy guy going into the Rams game. What do you do there? Do you put Dean in, or do you leave it as is because these guys look like a pretty good duo right now? And it looks like, how about this? I mean, since the beginning of the year, it just looks like they're getting better each week. I mean,
it does.
Don't you leave them in there, especially with the way the guys in front as a four-game litmus of what they're doing, sample size. Yeah. Don't you leave them in there?
I think you got to think about that. I think that is definitely a consideration that right now I would be leaning that way because, with all due respect, the kid hasn't been in there long enough to really do much. He hasn't done much. And these guys have been playing well together. They've been tackling well. I like the fact that they're playing aggressive. I hadn't seen them on tape, especially Moreau. I hadn't seen him playing this aggressive. It seems like maybe that defensive line in front of him has gotten him, and maybe just, getting out on that street a little bit. That street.
Oh, no. Hey, you got a little fear in you, man. When you get this. When you start looking around going, hey, I ain't making that $38,000, $40,000 paycheck anymore, man. All of a sudden you ain't making that and rent's due. It's not good.
Hey, I think it got some fire on him because he wasn't playing like that in that tape I was watching him.
Oh, no, he's playing scared for his gig.
Yeah, and that's what you want. He's attacking the line of scrimmage the way you like to see guys doing. And it's giving them aggressive, niche to their game, which we hadn't seen before. So I like the way both of them play. Cunningham, man, every time I look up, man, they're attacking the ball, making a good, solid tackle. So I really like the way the linebackers are playing. So really, I guess if I had to say something would have to happen for me to put him right back in. I'm going like, are you sure you're all right, Jacoby? Maybe you need another week.
How about this stat here? Tone just threw this up. Nicholas Morrow is the second highest graded linebacker through 4 weeks behind Roquan Smith.
That does not surprise me. I love the way he's playing, the way he's attacking the line of scrimmage. In fact, both of them, a number of plays, I look at both Moreau and Cunningham all over the running back. I mean, pounding the guy, which I hadn't seen that from Moreau. I'm looking at the tapes. That's why I said, I don't know about this Moreau. I'm looking at the tapes of him, but I see now he's playing aggressive. In fact, both of them, man, they're playing good. doing a good job at that linebacker position. And, you know, everybody's got it. You know, I just hate looking outside and you see the corners playing way off. Come on, man.
Garry, that's a fundamental decision that they've made as an organization, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess it is. But I think they're taking it to, you know, extreme. Come on. You got to give them a chance, too, to go up and sometimes back off guys. You can't just play way off the guy where you got a young quarterback. Why are you going to give that to him like that? You know, or if you're going to back off him something, you do it at the last second and you move up sometimes. So he looks out there going, oh, man, I can't throw that out there. But why are you going to just back up, guys? You know, this is not, what is this, Pop Warner football? We're going to, I didn't get it. I'm going, get up on the guy some. And then sometimes you want the quarterback to look out there and he sees you're up in the guy's face. Well, you're never going to do that? Come on, give him a different look sometime. And really, more of the guys should be moving around. You got a young kid that's not sure of himself. What are you doing? This kid is not sure of what he's doing. Give him different looks. Come on.
Garry, how about this one here? What is this absolute love affair with Kenneth Gainwell, man? I mean, dude, DeAndre Swift, I said this earlier in the show. DeAndre Swift's an upgrade to Miles Sanders. I believe he is, because you know what he does different than Sanders? Sanders runs the contact. This guy, he's elusive. He runs better in traffic. You can see
he does.
He runs better in traffic.
Yeah.
Why are you playing this other guy?
Well, that's because, you know, in the past, you know, Gainwell had done a good job for them, you know, and this was really the thing. Miles is taking everything outside. You know, he would take stuff outside. That's why he's not here, really. Take everything outside. Whereas Gainwell will go north and south. But Gainwell's a little guy, and he's not really a great when it comes to making people miss. You know, even though he's a little guy, he's not shifty, and he doesn't have the vision, and he's not going to make the moves. You know that who am I thinking? Good. Zero. Swift. He's not going to make the moves Swift's going to make. Swift is going to. You don't know where he's taking the ball. I mean, he's got great vision where he's running, and you don't know that he's going to find a hole that's way over here. You know, and most of the time, running backs they don't have that level of vision. He's got about the best vision of backs that I've seen in a long time. He has got great vision.
It's almost like Christian McCaffrey.
That's right. That's right. It's almost like that. He's got that, even though he's not as strong as McCaffrey. So he doesn't break tackles as much, but he's got that type of vision, you know, where he can see a hole. If there's a hole there, Swift is going to find it.
Garry.
And so because of that, you know, he's better than Gainwell.
Finally here, who do you think is a better team right now, 49ers or the Eagles? I said Niners.
49ers. I mean, right now.
I say the 49ers because I think they have a better defense right now.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. This defense has got to they got to play much better. Much better. And that's the defensive coordinator. I think they got to be more aggressive. I mean, they a lot of times everybody's been talking about how much blitzing he's doing and all that. And I know he's not doing a lot of blitzing. And I know that really, in a lot of ways, this is not his call. This is Nick's call. You know, that he wants them. He doesn't want them giving up big plays. If a team is going to march downfield like they did on that first drive all the way down, he's going to rather to see that than them going up with a big play. So he doesn't want the big plays. But you can't just overdo it with this, where you're just letting people – a good quarterback is going to pick you apart. If you're just going to give them 10 yards outside, you got your corners playing almost 10 yards off. I mean, come on. Are you kidding me?
Dude, wait till Mahomes and Allen.
Yeah.
And even Dak.
Yes.
I mean, Dak kills the Eagles. I mean, I see 450, 350, shit like that, man.
Yeah.
When what again, and think about the philosophy though, Garry. Like that 3rd and 1, it really rubs me the wrong way. Okay, I get it. It's Sam Howell, but you gave him another shot, and then you dropped the corners off.
Come on.
And you played zone, and it was just pitch and catch.
Come on.
You actually gave him more room to operate.
That's right. I mean, it's ridiculous how far they're playing off guys. I'm going like, what are you doing, man? This is pro ball, you know, and I've never seen that. I mean, they've been doing that, you know, most of the year. I don't see that that's going to work. They're going to have to change that. You have got to be more aggressive. And they let this kid look so good against them.
5 starts.
And you see the way, I mean, you see the way the Cowboys got after, you know, the Patriots. They didn't give them anything.
Destroyed them. Absolutely destroyed them.
It's going to be interesting. I tell you, they got their work cut out for them the rest of the way. Eagles have got their work cut out for them, buddy.
Boy, that defense, absolutely, man. I'm just, you know, are you buying Purdy now?
Yeah, I'm buying Purdy. I think, you know, Purdy, the thing about Purdy is he sees the field.
21-22 yesterday.
Hey, the kid, come on, Purdy is sound, man. Purdy understands the game, you know, for such a young kid, you know, I mean, for somebody to be as consistent as he is. And you know, of course, you know, they do a great job of calling plays for him. But he sees the field. He knows what he's doing. He knows where he's going with the ball. If that's not there, he knows the next option. He's accurate with his throws. Purdy is solid. You can see why he's in there. They don't have him in there by accident.
No way, man. I mean, he may be covering that Trey Lance disaster. Garry, thank you, my friend. Rams is going to be interesting, okay, especially if Stafford plays, and reportedly that kid they got from BYU is killing the league, and they may get Cooper Kupp back.
Oh, boy. They may be before this game?
Yeah.
That wouldn't be good.
Hey, I like McLaurin and Dotson, but Kupp and this new kid, man, I mean, and you got a play caller and Sean McVay,
I know,
who I think is better actually than Eric Bieniemy. This guy's got 2 NFC titles and a Super Bowl ring.
I know.
I mean,
they got their work cut out for them.
Challenge.
Man. Yeah, this is going to be a challenge here.
Absolutely. Garry, thank you, my friend.
All right, have a good one.
You got it. The great Garry Cobb from Fox 29, former Eagle himself. USC Trojan. We appreciate him coming aboard. Hit the like button. Top of the hour, we will look at week 4 of the National Football League, some notes and such like that. So we'll look at the NFL at the top of the hour. Keep it here on the National Football Show.